LoreWarrior Online. VLK-QA Valkyrie. Overview. The Valkyrie is a mech design unique to the Federated Suns. Although commissioned by the League's regular army, it didn't enter production until 2787, after the start of the First Succession War. Because the Korean facilities were all within the Federated Suns, all Valkyries produced became the exclusive property of House Davion. Despite the chaos of the Succession Wars, the Korean plants on New Avalon are still functional, a large industrial complex still capable of manufacturing up to 130 Valkyries per year. The continued operation of Korean enterprises descends upon several other key industries. Components such as fusion reactors and sensor helmets are still produced by completely automated plants, using technology that is no longer fully understood. These old and worn plants often break down, which means the day may come when it can no longer be possible to repair malfunctioning equipment. When the supply of ultra-high technological parts needed by each mech runs out, Korean enterprises will be forced to end production. Future concerns aside, the Valkyrie has become an important part of Davion forces. It generally replaces the lighter Stingers and Wasps in the Federated Suns' crack combat regiments, giving their units improved firepower. Because the VLK carries twice the armor of either a Wasp or a Stinger, it can last longer under fire. Capabilities. The Valkyrie is a highly regarded light mech. Its 6 tons of armor, top speed of 86.4 km per hour, and 150 meter jump capacity allow it to outmaneuver heavier units on the battlefield, and to absorb a fair amount of damage. At the same time, the VLK's 11 heat sinks allow a high rate of activity without overheating. Its relatively flat potential damage curve illustrates that it is equally at ease fighting at extended range or at close quarters. The Devastator LRM system is an unusual but welcome addition to a light mech. Though it carries only 12 reloads, the LRM-10 makes the Valkyrie a potentially tough opponent even at long range. At close range, the combination of medium laser and jump capacity make the Valkyrie just as dangerous. Although it is no match for a medium or heavy mech by itself, as part of a lance, the Valkyrie is effective. More than one mech warrior has suddenly found to his horror that he has a Valkyrie behind him and the rest of the lance in front. The Valkyrie's 11 heatsinks allow it to jump as often and as far as desired without decreasing its rate of fire. This has given the mech a reputation for tenacity. It has been said that once a Valkyrie attacks, it stays with you until it either drops or you do. As experienced pilots are more likely than others to be assigned to a new Valkyrie, this reputation may well be earned. Because this light mech is so well armoured, it is often assigned to scouting missions. They are also much less likely to fall victim to scout hunters such as the Scorpion. In fact, the Valkyrie's LRM-10 can inflict respectable damage on hunter units lacking any long-range weaponry. To date, the Valkyrie has not developed any chronic maintenance problems, although there have been instances of shorts in the leg actuators and a number of bugs in the sync tracking systems. These have been rectified. Despite these difficulties, the Valkyrie has become an important part of the Davion military machine. It is now found in virtually every regular regiment of the Federated Suns. Battle history. The Valkyrie has made its greatest contribution as a lance member. It often supports its lance leader in an attack on a much heavier opponent. In such operations, many Stingers and Wasps have been crippled before they can make any contribution on the battlefield. The Valkyrie is not an easy kill, even for a heavy mech. In the first battle for Galtor, elements of Davion's Certus Fusiliers held the planet despite an intense 3-month offensive by Kiritan's Proserpina Hussars. The battle was significant because the Certus Fusiliers had recently replaced all mechs in its light units and fire lancers with Valkyries. Although badly outnumbered, the defenders managed to stem the invasion and push the attackers back. Much of the operation's success was credited to the low attrition rate of light mechs, which allowed lance structures to remain intact throughout the defensive operation. On Dobson, where House Davion and Kurita clashed again less than a year later, Valkyrie scouts managed to pinpoint the location of the attacker's major supply deposit. Spotted while leaving the area, the Valkyries were forced to fight their way back through enemy lines. Although the mechs were barely operational when they returned to friendly soil, the fact that they'd survived at all is a testament to the durability of the VLK. During the Siege of Sarna, Valkyries were used successfully as scout hunters, their long-range missiles allowing them to cripple opponents from a safe distance before moving in for the kill. Not one VLK was lost in these operations. Variants. At present, there are few variants of the basic Valkyrie. The only other common version uses a flamer in place of the medium laser. This model is not intended for combat, but as an incendiary mech. Notable mechs and mech warriors. mech warrior Carl Kruger. Kruger earned his reputation as a first-class scout on Dobson, where he participated in deep penetration scouting missions behind enemy lines. Since then, he's been assigned a number of near-impossible missions and successfully completed each one. Although he's lost 3 Valkyries in his last dozen missions, his superiors recognise he's too valuable to be left without a mech. Mech warrior Anne Simpson. This pilot is fanatically loyal to House Davian. Once a member of the Dispossessed, Simpson was given a mech in recognition of 20 years' service as a tech. She spends much time keeping her Valkyrie, the Victory, in mint condition. Simpson vows that she will never again be without a mech.